Hello friends. Today we'll tell you about Mafia, family dinners, fatal endings. This game was released in 2014. It has very good reviews. Most of them are positive. Average rating is 8.9 out of 10. More than 17,000 reviews. The game will take you to the late 50s, the era of gangsters, to the streets of New York, where you have to find your place under the sun. The main character is an orphan who grew up on the streets. His parents died when he was just a baby. And one day he meets the Don, the head of the local Mafia family, and joins it. You can make decisions for the character, control him, participate in battles, and even take part in dialogues. Your choices will affect how the story develops and what ending you get. In total, there are 7 of them. So be careful with every decision. You'll have the opportunity to visit iconic places. For example, Little Italy or Chinatown. For this, the creators recreated real streets and buildings from that time. Of course, don't forget about cool cars and music of that era. The graphics are made in a dark style. Yes, the picture looks a bit dark and gloomy, but it matches the plot perfectly. There is also a soundtrack. It will fully immerse you in the atmosphere of those years. It's performed by the famous Tony Bennett. The game includes a bonus. After you finish the game, you can play as one of the secondary characters and learn more about his story. But let's get back to the plot. Your goal is to rise through the criminal ranks and become the new Don. But for this, you have to complete many tasks and assignments from the bosses. Oh, and if you think the Mafia family is all kind and friendly people, you're wrong. On the contrary, they often have conflicts with each other. And besides, there are rival gangs on the streets. With all this, you need to deal. So first, let's take a look at the features of this game. Here we immediately see that it was created specifically for mobile devices, so the touch controls are designed for touch screens. But there's no doubt that the game looks much better on a PC. The second feature is the storyline. It's really interesting here. It's based on real events that happened in New York in the mid-20th century. There are cutscenes in the game that move the plot forward. It's also the conversations between characters are fully voiced. The soundtrack is just great. As we said before, it's performed by the famous Tony Bennett. Well, what else do we have here? Battles. Yes, there are fights on the street and in taverns. All of them are dynamic and exciting. The fights are in turn-based mode. You choose actions for your character, and then watch him perform them. During the battle, you can dodge enemy attacks, throw various objects at opponents, and use weapons. There are many different guns, baseball bats, knives, Molotov cocktails. Yes, everything is like real gangsters. Also, there are about 20 missions in the game, as well as more than 30 weapons and more than 50 hours of gameplay. Each mission consists of several tasks. For example, you may need to collect information or deliver important items. At your disposal will be cars, motorcycles, and boats. We think we've said enough about the features, so let's move on. Now we'll tell you about the advantages and disadvantages of this game. Let's start with the pros. Good graphics and excellent soundtrack. Also interesting storyline and cool characters. By the way, there are several families in the game: the Vados, the Bonacera, the Corleones, and the Gambinos. The choice is yours. Next, let's talk about the missions. They are quite varied. To complete some of them, you need to fight. For others, you need to find certain things or people. And some missions are designed to test your driving skills. There are also different endings, as we said before, 7 pieces. And you can also customize your character and pump his skills. Now let's talk about the cons. Not all tasks are interesting. Some missions seem to be pointless. In addition, some technical problems were noticed, although this is rare. In general, this is a very good game.
Nice.
There is a big storyline campaign, and it won't let you get bored, although it's not without its flaws. Here is another review of Mafia: family dinners, fatal endings. Many of our users have already played it and left their reviews. Let's read them. Vitaly Michiev writes, "I expected something more. There are only fights, killings, sitting in cars." Andrew Alexandrovich says, "Cool game, good graphics, cool battles, interesting story." Dmitry Podobny adds, "I liked the game. The story is good, the graphics are beautiful, but I didn't like the control." Alexander Kuleshov writes, "Good game. I advise you to download it. Graphics and sound at altitude. Mikhail Piskarev says, excellent game. Interesting story. You feel yourself a real gangster? And here's a review from Sergey Kazarin. Very cool game. I recommend it to everyone. The coolest game in my top list. As you can see, most reviews are positive. Users like the game, especially the storyline and the battles. The graphics are also praised. The only complaint is the controls. Some players say it's uncomfortable. And now we want to ask you to leave your review of the game Mafia. Family dinners, fatal endings. Write about what you liked and what you didn't like in the comments below. Perhaps your review will be published in our next video. If you've already played the game, tell us about your experience. What endings did you manage to achieve? What are your favorite missions? And which ones did you have the hardest time with? Be sure to share your thoughts with us in the comments below. Well, that's all for today. Rate this game. Leave a comment and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and you'll always have something to watch. Look at these cool videos. We think you'll like them. Goodbye.